Well, outdoorsman. You know, I bought a new Anaconda, and it's nice. I think I would definitely go for a new Python, and the reason is everyone wants so much for the older one, and to find an older one that really is in pristine condition, those guys are asking, 1,000 to 1,500 more than what you're going to pay for a new one. And the new ones are, well, they've advanced the steel. You're right. Okay. And they didn't cut corners. They're nice. Okay. So if I was going to buy a Colt Python, it would be a new one. But if I found a used one at a good price, I would buy it. So, it just depends on how it played out. I always have a list of rifles that I want, or handguns that I want. But that Python, that's one that, yeah, I agree with you. Go with the new. They're nice. They're nice. Um, Unfortunately, I wish that Smith and Wesson was putting that quality into their revolvers that Colt is. Um, but I think that they'll pull out of it. I do. You know, because these companies are always striving for perfection if they can. And we got Milsurp Duo, and we got Michael Hurtnick and G23. Now, before y'all start donating, I don't want you to donate through YouTube. Please don't. If you donate through YouTube, they keep 50%, I believe. It's an astronomical amount, okay? Thomas Herrick is in the house. Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, I got my coffee air pot. I'm down to about there probably. I had a maple bar this morning. Oh, so good. But most of the maple I took off of it. I didn't want that much maple, just a little maple, just a little bit, and the donut was fresh. Really wasn't just like a store bought. This was a custom made, so it was really good. I hope you're having a good day. So I want to kind of share some plans that I have with you guys. A lot of what I'm about to tell you, most, when I mean most, 99.9% of viewers have no idea. When I tell you this, you're going to go, cool, okay? G23 is in the house. Yeah, there's always the wild card, isn't there? Okay, so I'm going to share with you some plans that I have, but obstacles, okay? Now, first off, I want all of you guys to know, don't ever give up on your goals. Don't ever. I told someone once, when you believe in something, you'll back a semi truck up or inside of an alley. You'll back it up. And they said, you can't do that. I said, yeah, you can. You do it by knocking the walls out. If you believe that you're going to turn that truck around, we're going to get turned around. Watch this. And sometimes we have to break walls down. And I'm willing to do it. You guys understand something? If I had the ability to live stream and have guns in my hands, we'd learn an awful lot. That's not a problem, but I can't do that. Okay. YouTube does not allow that, and that's fine. I understand. No problem with YouTube. It's just that that's something I would like to do. Now, imagine this. What if I had the ability to live stream and handle firearms, and I did it in a way that um, when my guests live stream. Okay. They're professional. Before the show starts, we double check our firearms so they're clear. Okay. And we have a show. And I have a person from a company that's going to bring their firearm on, and they're going to show us how to properly field strip it, properly clean it, properly lubricate it, properly assemble it. You think about it. For the basic guy, the basic hunter, okay? Behind me, I'm going shooting today. Those rifles are all ready. They're clean. They're ready to roll. They're happy, and I'm gonna do business. Bang, 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 bang. I'm gonna do that today in the sun. I'm gonna ring steel. But I'm not gonna have all these haphazard problems. And so what happens is we get people that are new to guns. They don't know where to go to find the questions. When they ask the questions, people beat them down. Now think about it. If we're going to strengthen the Second Amendment, folks, if we're going to pull them together as a group, why would we take some person that didn't grow up with a fatherly figure to show them this stuff? And why would we say, how dumb can you be? You can't even field strip a gun? Why would we do that? So what if I had a resource to do that? Okay. There's a reason I'm not going to Rumble yet. Don't go there. I know every place. I get it. I get what you're saying about Rumble, but bear with me. Okay. So one of my goals is to be able to stream and hold firearms. I don't know when that's going to fall into place, but I give it to God, and God's telling me, don't quit. You go. You just do what you do, and I will open that door. I know Rumble has that, okay? But not yet. And when it develops, you're going to see why, okay? Now, I now went out and purchased my own unlimited StreamYard, okay? I have 6 Facebook groups. One of them is called 76 Highboy Reloading, okay? I have a Dylan group on Facebook. I have a Redding group. I have a Lyman group. I have a Lee group, right? And I'm going to be able to stream into Facebook, and I can stream into 3 places at once. I don't know if I can handle firearms on Facebook, okay? The other thing I'd like to do is real-time knife sharpening, okay? I can't handle knives on YouTube, okay? There, I can sharpen knives. I can show you how to get your knife ready for the hunt, right? And that's not a problem. And I can, if I could hold knives, I could get knife manufacturers on my channel live stream holding knives for you, showing you how to sharpen them. Yeah, showing you how to maintain your knife. Do you really need a razor edge on a Bowie knife? Would you even want that? It'll explain why. What do you want a razor edge on? See, that's the content I could provide on my channel. The reloading part is just the tip of the iceberg of what I know I have to offer. So I need an avenue. Okay. So that's my goal, to be able to stream that way, live stream it. Okay. You want to pull a lever action apart? Not a problem. Okay. Here's one for you. Here's one for you. If any one of you came to me to learn to reload, I would say, you got it. But bring your gun. I would never instruct you on how, JH is in the house, JH586. I would never instruct you one-on-one reloading without your gun. What have I said since 2013? The only reason the factory can't beat you on manufacturing ammunition is they don't have your gun. If they had your gun, oh, they could better fit some rounds to your gun and give it back, and you'd be like, how am I going to match this precision? Okay. So if I was going to instruct any of you on reloading, you were going to come over and say, bring your gun, whatever it is, handgun, rifle, whatever. Okay. And when you came to my shop, I would let you know the condition in which I want to see your action, and I want to see a chamber flag. And when you came in, I would be monitoring you to make sure you had a chamber flag or magazine out, everything. And I would instruct you on proper gun safety, and we would get to reloading. When we got done, it would fit your pistol. Because why would I have you come over and reload and then take this and go to your gun, and you go to the range and it doesn't function? Okay. So if I had the ability to hold a firearm, now I take my gun and my reloading, and you see how to take your gun and your reloading, and you would say, guess what? I would never reload without my gun, right? You got to have it. If we want to do, even if we want to do, okay. Factory does not, factory ammunition does not require your gun, okay? They reload to a SAMI spec. That's right. But they're working with new cases. We're working with used, and we are working with different bullet weights, different dimensions, and we need to facilitate proper chambering, eject, right? And so if we could handle the gun while we reload, it would be out of the ballpark, okay? So that's one of the goals I have. I know I could run right over to Rumble and do that. I am on Rumble right now, but I'm not going to go there yet. I'm not going to go there yet. I'm waiting for something, and I should be receiving a phone call today going this direction I want. I will tell you guys this. I am looking at Vimeo. I used to be on Vimeo, and no one has a better picture quality than Vimeo. No one. Now, I'm going to stop right there. No one has a better picture quality than Vimeo, and now I want to do roll call. I want you guys to tell me what outdoorsman asked. What's your next toy purchase? Whether it's a gun, whether it's a reloading machine, what is it? Are you going to order a couple thousand pieces of brass? What is it? You're going to go buy something today? What is it? I want to know. Maybe a 3 sides of ribs and barbecue them. I don't know, but I want to know. Oh man, another 38 Super. Okay, yeah, I know Facebook's not going to allow the guns. I don't even know if they're going to allow the reloading in my groups. I don't even know if they'll allow for that. So Facebook is, but I'm experimenting, okay? Okay, so Viejo, another 38 Super. JH, that's funny. When Outdoorsman asked me what I wanted next, I said a Colt Python, but a lever action gun and 44 mag would be sweet. That's probably the first one I would want right there. Talk about a heck of a survival gun and everything gun. Okay, Thomas Herrick, a new precision rifle or build 165 Creedmoor? You build it, buddy. Aha, love it. MacMan, 223 brass, 9mm brass, and projectiles for both. There's a guy that's in action right there. And then Michael Hurtnick is in the house. Hey, D. Dockstetter. Everyone, welcome D. Dockstetter to the show. He wants to buy a 357 mag brass and solar panels for the backyard. Cool, very cool. You know what? Outdoorsman doesn't do Facebook. I know a lot of people don't, so I'm pulling in from a different crowd, and I'm going to say something about that in a minute. G23. Oh, there's Tactical FUD. He wants something in 44 mag. I love it. And G23 wants a Savage 110 tactical 6mm arc rifle. Long Live 3, a Barrett M 1071, 1071, very nice. Okay. There's Bill Serp Dual. Okay, so now back to Facebook. Facebook may or may not allow my reloading. So I may have to soften the content on how I do it. Like, I can pop on a live stream and just sit there, setting a die up for resizing, and that's all. That's all. I'm not making the full cartridge. Sometimes guys say, why don't you make the full cartridge on your channel? Well, because then that's reloading, isn't it? But if I just make a dummy round, that's just a dummy round, right? And I'm abiding by the rules, and that's okay. So I'm thinking of using Vimeo, because when I have a video on Vimeo, I can flip it to anywhere in social media and I retain it as long as I pay the monthly fee. Okay. So these are some of the things I'm thinking about. But Vimeo, I'm putting that on hold. I'm waiting for a call to come in today to see where a particular avenue is going. All right. So now the title on this says donation. Now, before anyone makes any donation, hear me out. I don't want anyone to start throwing money in. Don't do that, okay? So you guys know that I have the forum, and I have looked through. Okay, I got to back up. Do you guys want to know why I'm on Facebook? I really am not a fan of Facebook, but I recruit them over to the forum. If you click on the link below, you'll find the forum, okay? As I get to know them, I invite them over. We're now approaching 2,600. Probably every 8 weeks, we're gaining 100, I suppose, and that's going to snowball effect. So what I thought is, if I'm streaming into Facebook and they find the link in the description box, they come to the forum. If I could do that for a year or two, just to get the soldiers over. See, on the forum, I don't have ads. That comes out of our resources. I send that money in. So we don't have Google seeing what we post and telling us what we can and can't post. So now, if I found a place where I could stream live independently and handle guns and still stream on YouTube, and still stream to the best I can on Facebook, then we've really got a growth going and we're pulling people to the forum. So I went to GoDaddy and I said, what if I had storage for videos? They said we would purchase that for you. And I said, therefore, I could just go to Vimeo. He said, correct, much cheaper. He said, if I'm going to buy it from someone else, I'm got to pass the cost on to you. He was very honest, right? So if I'm going to have my own content, now I'm going to tell you guys, have you ever noticed why there's a video on the top of the forum and nothing's playing? It's a plug. You got to wait. I have a phone call coming today about that plug. I have to have that video. That video is a link to growth and independence. I can't get rid of it. Some guys complained about it. I can't help you. If I had enough money to have someone properly build it, then it would blend in better. But I don't. But that, for right now, it's got to stay. And as we get bigger and maybe get more funds, we could reshape the forum and it would blend in, whether you're an iPhone or a tablet. But for right now, I have to have that link. It's like if you click on the link below and join, you're going to see at the top a very weird square, and it's a video, nothing playing. That's like an outlet to a house, and I'm waiting to plug something into it. I've been waiting. I got no, give me the plug. And so I've had so many guys call me and And I've got guys, well, I'm going to leave the form, and I'm like, you can't. Be patient. Be patient. That's going somewhere. If I pull that, that breaks my avenue of where I'm trying to go with my live stream. Okay. So now I want to talk about my expenditures. And I'm going to ask for donations, but don't give them yet because you might not want to. Okay. I'm going to tell you what the costs are for kind of running my whole gig. GoDaddy domain is $28.83 a year. Okay. Our special protection for that is $40 a year. Our software to maintain that comes out to be about $100. And then I throw my Wonder Share of $30 a year, and now we have StreamYard. So I just brought unlimited StreamYard. I can have up to 10 guests and all that. You know, I knew I could have I had that at one time, but it just was kind of premature. So now we've brought that back in. So we're looking at about $3,400 a month and $3,400 a year ballpark, and about $280 a month in that ballpark. So where we're at with donations right now, because of what PayPal did, the PayPal scare last year, we lost a lot of PayPal. There's some that never quit, and we thank them for trickling the payments in, but there's not a lot. And ever since COVID hit, the Bitly links have been a total loss. I don't even know. I don't know that we're even bringing anything in on a monthly basis through our Bitly links. They're just dead. I mean, I suppose we could be making $10 or $20, but so the donations are way down. The Bitly links are way down. And what else was there? Losing my mind. I'm getting old. So anyway, now let me tell you how much I make a month on YouTube. If you ever want to know, I'll tell you. I make about $40 a month. Based off my subscriber count, I should be in the ballpark of $550 to $800 a month. There's software out there that I had it before. You can see what other channels make. You can see what you make. It kind of shows all that. It's not real accurate, but sometimes close. But anyone can go look at what I'm telling you. I make about $40 a month. Now, I don't see that. I just this morning asked my wife, Miss Highwife, said, "What do you think we're making a month?" And she just had to stop, and she said, "40? That's okay. That's all I need to know, you know." So now this is where I'm coming to the viewers. I'm not going to ask for donation. I'm going to ask that you let me earn it. So I am preparing for a 4 to 6 week 223 Remington load fest. I'm going to do it on the Dillon. I'm going to do it on the Redding. I'm going to do it with the Lyman. I'm going to do it with my Lee. I'm going to do full processing of cases. I'm going to do it all. And I'm going to stream it into Facebook in little bits and pieces. And what I'm asking everyone is, over the next 6 to 8 weeks, as you're coming onto my channel, I'm going to start all my live streams asking for your donations if you feel my content is worthy in helping you. Now, I'm going to tell this to everyone. If you're raising kids and you don't have money, I really don't want your donations. You have kids. You got to put shoes on their feet. And I don't want your kids running around with their toes hanging out and me getting any money, not even a dollar. I don't want to be found guilty of that. So look, if you got kids, you got my blessings. Okay. You're on limited income older in life. You take care of you. This is really a God thing. This is let God lead this in your heart. But if you have the financial means, and I'm not helping you, don't send it. You won't offend me. And if I'm talking to you and you say, well, I didn't send you no money, you just didn't help me, I'd say, hey, no problem. I'll keep trucking and we're friends, right? It doesn't bother me. But what I'm asking is for those viewers who I'm helping and you're like, you know what? You've helped me and I want to bless you back. Boom. You would really help me. And uh, see, right there, Thomas Herrick, he's got his hands full, right? I totally get that. I get that. So this is what we're asking. The best way to help is there's a link in the description box below. That's the PayPal link, okay? You know what? $10 a month, $5 a month. I don't want all this big showers here. Let me cut you a huge. No, I don't want that. If just everyone trickled in a little, right? Me and Miss Highboy used to go and set this church up at a senior center. And we get there in the morning and unload the trailer. And we're setting chairs up and everyone's just coming in having their coffee out of the coffee pot that we set up and set the table and all the cups. And we're setting all these chairs up. And there's a few people helping, but everyone's sitting there. And as soon as the donuts show up, they're the first ones to the donut. So we get everything done. All the donuts are gone. The coffee's out. No one stopped to make the coffee. We have the church, and everyone gets up after church, stands, and goes back and takes anything that's left. And they're standing there talking. And of all things, they're blocking the entrance to get all the stuff back in the trailer. And then they leave and go home. And there we are. The 7 to 10 of us worn out, and now we still got to drive the trailer back to the shed and unload everything, and everyone's gone. If all of those people would have stood up, grabbed their own chair and walked it out and put it where they knew it went, right? And if everyone would have walked in and just did one thing and put it all in the trailer, we'd be done in 5 minutes. And then we could all stand outside and we could have a good quality time together, right? That's what I want on my channel. I would rather have many putting a light load than just a few trying to trug on to see this happen. And I believe it can happen, right? But I will tell you, I can't do it without you guys. I'm going to tell you guys something, and I'm being very open with you. I have guys all the time, and they say, "Oh, I get the snottiest emails. You have all that reloading equipment, you have all those components, like you even need $1, and they'll call me snob or stuck up, Well, here, you want to do the math? So my channel's been going for 10 years. And I'm taking $100 a month out of my pocket, minimum. Every month, $100 towards what I want to buy for my channel. And like tomorrow, I get to go buy $100 worth of components. If you did the math, that's $1,200 a year. That's $12,000 I have put into everything you see on my channel. And a long time ago, I sat down when my channel started, and I thought, where do I see my channel? Because I've always been the type of person that I have a 1-week goal, a 3-week goal, a 1-year goal, and a 5-year goal. I have 3-year goal. I have all these goals. And I told myself, kind of want to have a channel like a gun shop. I love gun shops, you know. So every month I go to the store and buy my bullets and my powder and put them on the shelf. I'd buy two, shoot one, save it, save it, save it, right? That doesn't account for when I got birthday money, buying stuff. That doesn't account. And I'm going to tell you guys this. I probably make less than the national average, always have. I love what I do. I don't do what I do because of the money. I love my job and I love my employer, right? I'm excited to go to work. So here's the deal. Everything that I'm talking about in this video doesn't benefit me. It's fun for me. It's something cool. I can say, man, we really built something nice here, right? But really, I want to help people. That's what I want to do. So I'm asking you guys to let me earn this over the next 4 to 6 weeks. It's going to be a lot of 223 Remington. And you're going to see me starting out asking for the donations to help support the forum over the next year. And anything above and beyond, I'm going to take that and I'm going to be looking at Vimeo. It just depends on how much I get. I don't know how much I'll get, but I want to help people with more than just reloading. I can help people learn firearm content. I can help people learn to be safe with firearms. I can help people do so much more. I might be able to do so much that I might not be able to cover knives that much, but I'm telling you, the content that I can put out would be so much better. It really would. And so that's what I'm thinking. And it passes. I don't think I'll ever. I will be excited to retire, and because I'm a walking light of Christ wherever I go, and He's just put me in a great place. I will never get tired of my job. Never, never, ever. I could, if I didn't have my YouTube channel, I got to quit saying that. If I didn't have my social media channel, I would probably really not retire. I'll work part-time after that. But my goal is when I retire, I want to be here full-time. Guys, I could retire technically. I'm 57. I could retire in about 5 years if I want. I'll probably retire when I'm about 65. And if the Lord has given me my health at that point, I want to keep my social media channel going with my Bible studies. I want to share Christ with those that will listen. And but I'll never grow tired of my work ever. I really love it. So as a recap, now there's a link in the description box below. It's a PayPal link. I apologize. It has to be PayPal. With what they did with their scare last year, you know, they backed up real quick and they zipped it up. And it's unfortunately PayPal. It's the most universal, common way that we can do donations. I didn't want to do GoFundMe, right? So what I'm asking is, please let me earn your donations. Please don't give a donation because you feel you have to. If you feel you benefited from my videos and you know you're going to benefit in the future, I'll be humbled to have your donation, and so would Miss Highboy. And understand that we have never taken donations. I have never, ever taken a donation and taken my wife to dinner, except I have had a couple viewers, and it just tears me up, send me checks and say, take your wife to dinner. It just tears me up, man. I'm like, man, thank you very much. I can't believe that. And then even at that, we don't spend all of it. We're like, we don't go get a big dinner and then the rest goes right in, you know, go get a hamburger and fries and Coke. And, you know, It doesn't have to be steak, you know. And so let me earn it. I want to earn it, but I pray that a lot of good people would support me. I pray that we could get a strong push on this. And I think that, at any time, YouTube could shut me down right now, but that's okay because at 76highboy.com, there's that video up there and I'm waiting to plug it in. And I'll tell you guys why. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. I'm going to share a link with you. Okay, guys, would you give me 30 seconds? I'm going to give you the link of where I'm wanting to live stream. And I'm going to try and have this guy on a live stream interviewing him. And then you'll see why I'm holding off on Rumble. Hang on, give me just 1 second. I'm going to share the link from inside my office. Okay, so what I just shared with you is where I'm at now. Utah Gun Exchange is UGETube.com. I understand there's Rumble, and I am on Rumble. But Utah Gun Exchange, I'm not taken away from Rumble. I know they have to be really good folks, but Utah Gun Exchange is core America. He's Second Amendment, and I want to support what he's building. And if everyone should just join over there, join that channel. If they would go over there and join and join and join, when I can turn a live stream on there somehow, he's got to get that going. And I want to wait for him. I don't want to leave a patriot. If I leave this guy, it's like walking away from a soldier that's down who is fighting for you. And I'm going to try and have him on a live stream. His name is Sam. He's the nicest guy in the world. And if you met him, you would want to support him. You would understand why I've stood with Utah Gun Exchange. Okay. Another thing, Utah Gun Exchange and UGE Tube is two different entities. If you go to Utah Gun Exchange, you can buy and sell firearms at no cost. You can advertise a firearm for sale. It doesn't cost you anything. And then UGE Tube is the social media. UGE Tube.com. Okay, so that is where that link on the top of the forum is set to where when I start live streaming, it's connected to my forum and it's feeding in. If I can pull all this off, wouldn't it be great if then I could take the forum to a professional and make the video fit and update it to modern standard software? That's my goal. Okay. I can't do this on my own. You know, guys, I'm not making 100,000 a year on YouTube. I'm not. I don't have any money coming from companies. I don't. Yeah, companies might send me this or this, but if you look at my hours that I put into my work, that is nothing. It's always appreciated. If I'm walking and I see a penny, I pick it up. And anything a company sends is way more than a penny, but it's not as much as the grit that I've put off of these hands. So I want to thank everybody. Uh, um, I can give you my, um, let me give everyone my Rumble. Let me go put my Rumble on there, and then I'm going to come out here and we'll do roll call. Give me 30 seconds to a minute. Let me give you my Rumble. All right. There you go. Echo, it's so good to see you. It's good to see you, brother. So, does anyone have any questions? Candid. Ask me. If you want to know, I'll tell you. I've got nothing to hide. The awesome Reb Tyree, Jer Bear Tactical, Echoes Reloading Chamber. Got a lot of good guys on here. Oh, Info Brothers, my good Info Brothers. He is a dope person that donates. I just thank you. He's always man. He's been there. I appreciate that so much. Yeah, you can give me a call. I'm gonna go shooting today, but give me a call. I can always stop. Would love to talk to you. So yeah. So what's everyone doing today? I just want to know. How do you load primers in the pickup tubes? I put them on the primer flip tray. I shake them so they're cupped down. Put the lid on, flip them, pull it, and then I manually pick each one up. I don't mind that. I know they got automatic primer tube fillers, and it would be really cool to own that. But it would be cool. But I don't have the money, and so I just go at my own pace. Okay, so the a-hole. Okay, so right now, Milsurp Duo. No, let's go. Let's go up. Okay. Long Live 3 is loading 1,200 rounds. Awesome. Milsurp Duo. He is wearing the carpet down in his house. because he's waiting for his rifle to be delivered. Awesome. Lev W is for loading. VA Hope. Range time to test 38 super ammo for me today. And I got to tell you guys something after this. AR Gun 1776 is in the house. Info Brothers in the house. The Outdoorsman. Good to see you, buddy. Might do an upper build, kind of open on what on nice. Those are good days to have. Wow. Mr. Reb Tyree. Jibber Tactical. He's going to get down to his reloading room. Been out of power for 2.5 days. Ooh. No power. Ooh, down in the 20s. Dude, we'll be praying for you. Wow. Doc Stutter. Need help with Acura low data. I think I bought way too many. Acura load data. Okay, this is what I would say. Like on my Acura load data. Oh wait, we got to back up here. You have a cast bullet, you have plated bullet, and you have jacketed bullets. Okay. Technically, you just run a plated bullet off of cast bullet load data. In other words, you're not going to push a plated bullet for handgun over 1100. Okay. But what I do is I take my Acura bullets and I run them on my Sierra load data manual, and I just keep them under that 1100. Start about 1,000 and then kind of work up. And how you'll know, okay, on your Acura bullets, if you over crimp, you break the plating and the bullet turns into shrapnel. Okay. If your velocity is too high, that will also cause your bullet to turn into shrapnel. So with plated bullets, what you want to do, put your target out about 1 yard. 1 yard from the muzzle, not from you. 1 yard from the muzzle, squeeze the trigger, and you'll have a hole. Hopefully it won't be keyholed, but if you see shrapnel holes all over the paper, that meant the plating's coming off. The plating will come off due to overcrimp or too high of pressure. What you can do is back both off. In other words, when you crimp that plated bullet, before you crimp it, you're going to measure it. So you seat it, and then you measure it and write that down. And now you adjust your crimp to where it's, say, 2/1000, and then you shoot. And if that has shrapnel coming off, then you go back to the press, resize, primer powder, seat, and then measure it and only put 1/1000th crimp on it and drop your velocities around 50 feet per second. And now, if you get just a hole, now you know your bullet's holding. So now the question is do you raise velocity back or do you raise your crimp back? What I would do. So now you shoot the bullet, there's no shrapnel, but you're going to do a whole mag full. Boom, 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 right? But save the last one and then reload your mag and shoot all of them except the last one. And if that bullet is holding, it's not setting back into the case, then you can up your velocity by 50 and redo the test. And if you've got a hole, you know you have the right crimp and you know you have the right velocity, and that's how you dial a plated bullet in. Okay, um, that's how I do it. Okay, just systematically. It's really hard because I got to drive so far to shoot. Right. It would be great if I had a range out back where I could just sit there and dial loads in, and which is why I want to have a mobile setup. If I had a mobile setup, I'm telling you, I would have to find some way to stream. So I'd just stream out in the desert and load it up and pop, and show you how all that works. And you're welcome. And this is what my channel is about: is helping people to figure that out. Okay. And if need be, I can recover that in a live stream. Okay. So remember, your cast bullet is going to have a certain Brinell hardness, and then plated is a little harder, but the plating is brittle. And then your jacketed, that's king. That's going to be like around a 35 Brinell hardness or something like that. It's just a lot harder than the cast and the plating. Okay. It does make things go so slow. I'll help you with that. Well, since you asked, all right. Dr. Highboy's in the house. I got to drive a long ways to shoot. Okay. So you just set the game up to win right out of the chute. You're going to size all your cases, get them all clean. Okay. This is how I develop my rounds on my Dillon. Okay. I'm not going to play that game of driving him back, driving him back, driving him back. So what I do is I do it in lots of 2 mags. Okay. I'm going to waste a lot, but not really. You're still going to get some trigger time. So I'm going to load up our size enough cases for 6 mags right there on my bench. So if a mag holds 16, I'm going to do 32 of them with, let's say you put on 2 thousandths crimp, and you're going to push it right to 1100 feet per second. Okay. Boom. You load those up, put them in a box or a baggie with a note with the recipe, and it says how much of a crimp you put on. You put on 2 thousandths crimp and 1100 feet per second. Okay. The next one, now you're going to do enough for 2 mags, and on those you're going to say put 1 thousandths less crimp and 50 feet per second less. Boom. Right? You're staging them down. And then on this last one, you can leave the crimp 1 thousandths left, but up your velocity. So now you have 48 rounds. So you're going to go take the highest and you're going to try it. Boom, 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 boom. And if it works, great, you nailed it. But if you get a little shrapnel coming off that, and you need that, 1 round's not necessarily going to tell you, because by the end of your second mag, it's getting hot and bullets and plating starting to come off. You guys say, oh, I got a good gun. You don't know your gun until you put it under stress. Oh, I got a good bullet. Well, you don't know your bullet until you put it under stress, right? The trick is to save the last round and have your calipers right there in measurement, and make sure your round is staying put. The least amount, if you think about it, the least amount of crimp you can put on it with keeping the bullet stationary is the best. What's the crimp? The crimp isn't there for over crimping. It was never meant to be used for over crimping. Crimping is to be crimped for just enough to keep the bullet there. So the least amount of crimp you can use puts the least amount of defect on the bullet, and that's optimum, right? So this one, boom, 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 boom. By the end of the second one, all of a sudden you see shrapnel. You're like, okay, all right. right? So now you switch to the next one, and now your barrel's already hot. This is great. Now you're really going to put it to the stress test, and you shoot them, and they're all fine. Okay, they're all fine. So now the last one has the same crimp as the second, but you drop the velocity. Bang, bang. You raise the velocity. So now you go bang, 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 bang. You shoot them with higher velocity and a lower crimp, and it holds together. Think about it. Leave the crimp. That's a thousandths is like the least you want. So that's the perfect crimp. And now you're running at a really good velocity. You're like, you know what? I don't need any higher velocity. I think I'm good. Now, you can go higher velocities. I will tell you the Acura bullet, it's a tough bullet. For a plated, I think that Acura and Extreme have two really good plated bullets. I've found that they kind of tend, you can kind of get over that 1100 feet per second, okay, and they're going to hold. But here's the thing, you don't need it. You know, stay within the pressure limitation, stay within the load data, right, and find the load, the velocity that's under 1100 feet per second that's going to perform really well, okay? Another thing on your 45 auto, that's why plated bullets are so easy. The 45 auto was designed around a 230 grain bullet going at 830 feet per second. An accurate bullet will handle 1100 feet per second. So I can run the 45 ACP. You know, I can run that at 850 feet per second. And if you take that bullet at 850 feet per second, now we know it'll work. Start out with a thousandths crimp and see if it holds. And if it holds, there you go. You got it, right? A guy asked me the other day, he says, how do I dial in, what did he say? He was frustrated because of his shot groups. They were really good shot groups. Sent me pictures and everything. But then he sent me pictures of shooting offhand. Whole different thing, right? Short sight radius, 2-point hold, right? So once you get your load figured out, now squeeze. Do a million of them that way. It'd be the best thing you ever did. So there you go. I'm rambling. Good, excellent advice. Excellent advice. You know, you can overcrimp brass. Every once in a while, like, oh, I have some here. Let me grab something. I've got 2 boxes of these. They're someone's reloads. And what I have to do is pull them apart. But on these, every once in a while, I'll grab one and the bullet fall loose in it. Okay. Oh, don't go nowhere. .44 mag. the bullet was it was moving back and forth, but I compressed it in there, so now it's kind of stuck. But on this one, when I picked it up, you could wiggle the bullet in it. And what's funny is this was resized. It'll chamber in a my 44 mag revolver. So someone really did resize this. They primed it, they charged it, and then they seated the bullet. But I don't, I don't. What's weird is they just didn't crimp it. But neck tension shouldn't be that way. If they didn't crimp it, this was so loose. It was just the weirdest thing. But some of these, I have been pulling these apart over the last, probably since the summer. I just kind of burned out on it. I had like 6 of these, and what I've done is I've robbed all the lead, and then I'll tell you something in just a minute. But some of these bullets that were loose, they were crimped, but they were so over crimped, they sprung the brass. Okay, and that's another thing. Some weren't crimped and some were heavily crimped, which meant these are different head stamps on these. And so that meant their cartridge cases were different lengths by 15 thousandths. So what that means, if they set the crimp die up on a case that was 15 thousandths taller, when this case went through, it didn't get the crimp. See? So you want to size your cases by length, right? Now, let me tell you what I do with these, okay? So what I do is I pull the bullet, right? And I'm going to reuse it. I can melt it down. And then I take the powder and I dump it out and I keep it in a little container. When I'm done 50 of them, I go pour it on a bush. But then I decap the primers and I can reuse those. And then what I do is then I can get the cases cleaned up, resize them, reprime them, and then I just put my powder and essentially melt their bullet or one of my other bullets in there, and I've got a 44 special. So that's that's what I'm doing with these. But I got a little burned out. I mean, I got like 200 cases and I got 200 primers, but it's just too much work. It's very tedious. By the time you get like 11 of them done, you got to go do something else. It's like it's always in my way because I can't get it done in 10 minutes. So it's like I got 2 more boxes, and but I'll show you the next box. They're all mixed head stamps. Look at the difference of case length to the cannelure. Hang on. Here, my black shirt might help. Here we go. See that? And that's just the first 2 I grabbed. Some are even more extreme than that. Wish they had a better camera. But anyway, so someone reloaded these. These are, oh, this drove me nuts. In one, this was like, oh, wait, not that one. You can't make it up. I gotta show you this. This came in one pack. I'm going to ask you guys a question in just a second. There's a hollow point. There's a flat nose. There's a flat nose. Then we have cast. Okay, here's my question, and I want to see what you guys will say. Would you shoot these? Someone else reloaded these, and these are 44 mag, and these are 44 special. Would you shoot these in your gun? I want to see what everyone's going to say. Lev says no. Smart man. You know, so I know a guy, and I got these from him, and he always shoots this stuff. I don't know where he gets it. He gets it from another reloader, okay? But he began having all these problems, and so no joke, is God is my witness. We're shooting, and he's shooting a he's shooting a Smith & Wesson mountain gun, okay, model 629. No, would that be 29 with the 4-inch barrel? Off of one box, he loads it, and he goes like this: boom, 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 boom. Are you kidding? And I'm like, and I says, you always do that? He goes, oh yeah. I got a guy hooks me up. And this guy I'm with, he's not a real serious shooter. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. But he just doesn't know what about reloading. He doesn't know the dangers. And so I told him, and I ended up with, what's weird is he gave me this, but then he got more, and we went shooting. And I'm like, well, I guess he's just going to have to learn, okay? So deconstruct and reuse components. That's exactly right. Mike Barger, I don't shoot anyone's reloads. I don't either. I just don't. Where was I? I was shooting somewhere, and someone said, "Oh, you just got." Oh, I know it was. It was this guy. So we're out shooting. He says, "Oh, you got to try this gun." And he goes, "You got to shoot this," and I'm like, "No, I know what you're running." He's like, "Are you serious?" I said, "Yeah." No, I won't even pull the trigger once on that, right? So, hey, Lev W's got to go. So I'm going to wind this down. I've been rolling an hour and 9 minutes, but the last thing I just want to say is I'm really praying that the donations would pour in over the next 4 to 6 weeks. Let me earn it. I'm not asking for nothing free. I'm going to work my tail end off over the next 4 to 6 weeks, covering a lot of 223 Remington. because it's springtime and the ground squirrels are going to run. And I know so many of you want to go hunting for those, and I want to go hunting for those. So let me earn it. But for the next 4 to 6 weeks on my live stream, I will be asking for the donations. If you can't afford it, please don't. But if you feel you're benefiting from my channel, my content, we'd be humble to have your donations. And the link is in the description box below. And the best ones that help are the $5 and $10 a month that stay reoccurring. That way we can form a budget off that, and we know it's there and we can count on it for future momentum. So yes, info. No. This is what that's for. I just went over all the forum stuff, the costs, and that's what this is for. Just so everyone knows, the GoDaddy domain is $28.83 a month. The protection is $28.83 a year. The protection is $40 a year. The software for that's $100 a year. We throw our Wi-Fi into that, our Wondershare, our StreamYard. We're at about $287 a month. Donations are down. I'm only pulling about $40 a month off of YouTube. So we've just been paying it, but there's so much more I want to do that we're coming forward, and we're not asking for people to give us money. I'm asking, let me earn it. I'm willing to earn it. I'm going to work hard. I'm going to try and be streaming into the Facebook groups. I'll give everyone, okay, a Venmo. Are you saying Venmo or Vimeo? Vimeo. Thanks, Randall Card. Thank you. And I don't want anyone to dig deep and put a lot of money. I'm not asking that. Just look, a lot of people carrying a little weight makes it so nice. And okay, yeah, I don't have Venmo, and I'm sorry. Everyone wants me to come different places, but then it wears me thin. And for us balancing, my wife balances everything to the penny. It starts getting too hard for her if she gets stuck in the mud. So, but your heart's in the right place, brother, and I really appreciate that. So there you go. If you need to get a hold of me, click the link below to 76highboy.com. You can send me a private message however you want, but we appreciate everybody. So I don't want people to think that we're trying to be money grubbers and get all this rich, because we're not. I just have a goal for the future, and I want to keep the forum growing. And I really want to see that forum go somewhere and be able to live stream and hold guns. That's my goal. So watch this little video over. The first half hour really tells you my goal. Mike, I really appreciate that. So you know what? I don't know if you guys know this. I don't know if you know this. I used to be homeless. For 18 months, I lived in an alley, and I ate out of dumpsters. I never held a sign, "Will work for food." I would have died first. I made it on my own. I do have too much pride to ask for money. I do. I could never ask someone, "Hey, you got $1?" I didn't. I ate out of dumpsters. I would never ask someone for $1, right? But I am asking, let me earn it, and I'm willing to earn it. Okay. So next 4 to 6 weeks, a lot of 223 Remington right here. By the way, for those that saw the Dylan video where I failed, I apologize. They're all loaded, all resized, loaded, done, because we're starting a new the 223 Remington month to 6 weeks, and you're going to see the 550 running. So there we go. Okay, guys, God bless everybody. I really thank you. You humble me. And we're going to go shooting some guns. And I might pop up with a live stream today or tomorrow. We'll just see how it goes. And okay, I love you all. God bless. And we'll see you guys on the next.